We put in this snap laminate floor out of the Costco. I'm not Costco, it's Lowe's. Put it in a few years ago. It's a bamboo product and was very highly rated, very easy to put in. And then we noticed after about 6 months of having it installed, it started getting a few uneven areas that kept coming back, and without any real reason for them to come back. There was no problem with water leaks or anything that we could think of. So it's just through the lower level of the house here. And these areas that keep popping up, we don't have any problems here in the bathroom. Where we first noticed the problem was right here. And probably see if it can step on it. You really can't see it right now because it's kind of gone back down. So it's not really pronounced. But that one keeps right in this area. It would keep popping up. And then we noticed more in the living room. In fact, right now, here is one. Can't really see it right now. A few days ago it was more pronounced, but right here it's raising up this way and up this way, and so you have kind of a high ridge right there. A little difficult to see. And then where you get into a good sized one, I don't know if it's coming up as well as it should here. I think you can see it, but right in here, this whole thing, when you push it down, it will tend to go down, but it tends to make noises, so now it seems to have almost leveled. But then after a while, it will just pop back up. Pressure will cause it to pop up right along this ridge, that ridge, and you can hear it making noise all the way over to the edge here, and it will even make noise all the way over to that edge. Now we've noticed that we were just having the house replumbed for new PEX pipe water, and in doing so I had to move this cabinet away from the wall where they had to get in and put the cabinet over here. And in having that there for a few days, it seemed to really exacerbate this problem, and it really made this area pop up even more. When we put this in, I don't know if you can hear or see that, but it is making a pop-up right there. When we put it in, we didn't have that. That was out. We put this in afterwards, and we kept about a ½ inch away from all of the edges where it was installed here. All of the edges back anywhere it came close to getting near an edge of a wall. We kept about 1/3 to a ½ inch away from every wall space. And again, all the way, every single wall here. Now these pieces, although they go underneath this cabinet, and the cabinet is screwed to them, that center island, all of these on the edges, I'll see if I can pop one of these out to give you an idea. You can see that all of them are just under this panel here, and the same over under all of these panels and all the way back on that side. I think we went under the refrigerator and made sure that it was a solid piece all the way along, but the rest of these were just like this. Cement floor. So we're not having any kind of problems, no issues out in this deep kitchen area. Nothing in the dining room until you get to right here. And that one doesn't seem to make much sense. It's not in line with anything on that edge that would be pressing up against the wall, pushing it out this way. Nothing over in this area. There is a wine rack, but again, that's been there for a long time. I don't know whether that is perhaps something that's causing some pressure that would keep it from being able to move back and forth here. And in here, right about here, you noticed this last week that there was a little bit of a, I don't know if you could really call it any kind of an up, or just maybe it's our imagination. Over here, right in here is definitely a big pop right there. And because it's right here, there is nothing over here that seems to be of any issue. And then you have a transfer all the way down that way until it hits that the wall on the far side. So that's what we're trying to figure out. And love to hear any thoughts, ideas, suggestions. I don't know if you can hear that, but you can actually see as I press this down here, you can see it transfer that thing. That thing moves. I'll put a flashlight down now, and that should give you an idea of where the beam is heading out. And as you can see, the beam hits right where the top of that ridge is, and because the ridge is up, it won't even allow the light to transfer to the next side over here, because this side is on the down side and this is on the up side. So here is the ridge. There's probably a good quarter inch raised up, and I'll see if I can push it down now to give an idea. So then you'll see, as before where I had no light coming onto this one right here, as I push down, now you can see the light come over to it, because now they're all level. And now this ridge is staying up, and then as soon as I push this ridge down, it puts the pressure back over here, and it kind of pushes the pressure between here and here. Somewhere there's a lot of pressure right in this area, but as you can see, it will go down flat again. And I want to run a vacuum over it, not on, but off, so you can hear how it sounds a little hollow as I run over it. When I'm over here hitting, you can hear it's pretty solid. Over here, sounds very hollow. So right between here is where it comes up, top, top, and then down back to the bottom. So between here and here is where we have these 3 panels continue to raise. With the sun coming in this way, you can seem to get a much better idea of how much this warping is occurring here. Again, that's in the doorway, and it appears that there are one on this side, one on the top, and then one on the down side. So you have kind of a tunnel type effect on this one. Then right there is another one. And you can see on this side it's going up, on the other side it's going down. So over here you have 3 that are affected. Over, let's see, that's 3 there, 2 there. And then right in the, what do you call it, in the, you just noticed another one, little tiny one starting to pop up right in the doorway right there. A little bit of a pop. And then out in the middle of the room, just below that chair, you got another one right there. It's popping up. For whatever reason, they're not as easy to see out here. You can feel it when you step on it in this area. And I think the only one that I guess you can see a little bit of an up right there. Again, that's in the right in the middle of the doorway. And then the most pronounced one is right out there. And when you stand on it or step on it, you can just watch it make its... So it's going up here, this is the top, this is the downside. So these 3 together. And when you stand on them, you can get them to all go down. So now they're all flat. Obviously that means you have pressure pushing on the sides and pushing them up. And then when you step off, they go back to their normal position. And they're not always like this. This is only during different times of the year, and there's no way to tell. It's not necessarily during a wet season, a hot season, a cold season, all different times, and there is no water running underneath the flooring.